Hey guys, TazManiaAhmed here and welcome to a new video. Today I'll be talking from this booklet which I received from Ira. Now Ira have loads of different books out there which you can all download from the link below. You can either get them posted to you or download the ebook. So what I thought would be very useful is for me to read from this book, which is The Last Messenger, Liar, Deluded or Truthful. So you can see here, so you can get these all posted out to you for free. You just have to pay for postage, but this is only for the UK. So that's why I thought maybe I could just read from the booklet and make a video for the people around the world who don't have the facilities for it to be delivered. So let's get started. I'll also have the pages on the video as well, so you can read along as well, so you can make sure that I am actually reading from the booklet and not making things up myself. So, The Last Messenger. Sorry, I'm busy. I don't have time. This is one of the most common replies we hear today, and it is certainly true. Time is a limited resource, and we have every right to be cautious where we will spend it, as it is non-refundable. We only value time when we know it is running out. The last 5 hours before a deadline is often more productive than the previous 5 weeks. Since time is precious, you need to know why you should even bother reading through this booklet. So here is the crux of the matter. Throughout human history, God has sent messengers to guide us, but now that has ended. There are no more messengers, the last has come, and there will be none after him. The end is truly near. So you need to decide whether you want to take this message seriously, because that will decide where you spend eternity. This is not about blind faith. In fact, this messenger came with clear evidences to support his claim. In the next few minutes, you will learn something important about a man called Muhammad. He claimed that he was the last messenger from God. Yes, this is a grand claim, but there is a formula we can use to see if this claim is true. If we cast aside prejudice and look at his life objectively, we can only see 3 possibilities about his claim. He was a liar, he was deluded, he was speaking the truth. Actually, this can be applied to anyone who makes a claim about anything. We will examine the claim of Muhammad using this formula. Was he a liar? A brief dip into the rigorously recorded history of Muhammad's life reveals considerable information that shows the integrity of his character. He was born in the city of Mecca and into a respected tribe, Bani Hashim, who were guardians to the sacred house, the Kaaba. Partly because of this, Muhammad was well known. Pagan Arabian society was extremely tribal. Despite this, the Meccans universally trusted Muhammad. They even bestowed upon him the title Al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy. He was widely known for his complete honesty in business and his general dealings with people, and also for helping the poor, the orphans, widows, elderly, and the downtrodden. Not only was Arabia tribalistic, but the original Abrahamic monotheism had become heavily corrupted with idolatry and superstitions. Idol worship underpinned their economic, sociological and political structure. Around the age of 40, Muhammad started teaching that these idols and the accompanying superstitious practices were false, and that those who believed in them would be condemned to eternal punishment for their transgressions against the oneness of the only true God. He was very forthright in his criticism of their false religion. Now, think about it. Why would he do this if he was a liar? People who lie do so to either avoid some pain or gain some benefit. How do the actions of Muhammad fit that? The pagans actually took their religion very seriously, since they connected it to their ancestors and were very proud to follow them. Yet Muhammad told them that they and their ancestors, including his own, were misguided and ignorant. In a short time, Muhammad went from being a respectable figure to being a hated and strongly opposed by the Meccan ruling elite. First, they tried bribing him. They offered him money, women, even kingship, just for him to compromise his message. When this failed, they attacked, insulted, and beat him, and even plotted to kill him. But instead of watering down his message, he became more vocal, and he condemned them even more. His followers were few, but they also suffered persecution and had to flee to another country. Eventually, he himself had to flee his home and seek shelter in another city. If he was a liar and a deceiver who wanted to gain something from people, then as every politician knows, he should have played into the whims and appetites of the people rather than challenge them head on. Why didn't he accept their proposal of compromise and take the power and riches offered to him? Maybe it could be argued that Muhammad's motivation for lying was not for the here and now, but because he wanted to create a legacy and to be recognized well past his death instead. An extended vanity project, if you will. One could only make such an accusation in hindsight, though. At the time, from a purely material perspective, Muhammad had little to no chance of success. The fact that he did succeed is in fact nothing short of miraculous. Furthermore, Muhammad was extremely modest about himself. He always attributed his success to God. He dressed and lived among people as one of them, and despite his ability to acquire great riches, he and his family lived the simplest of lives. If fame was Muhammad's objective, he could have claimed he was a messenger from God and at the same time allowed the people to worship their idols. The pagans did in fact believe in the supreme unseen creator God and actually considered their idols intercessors to God. Calling for strict monotheism was unnecessary as a path to fame and power. Actually, Muhammad warned people against revering him excessively. Do not exaggerate in praising me as the Christians praised the Son of Mary, Jesus. For I am only a slave, so call me the slave of God and his messenger. And he used to pray, O God, do not make my grave an idol that is worshipped. The late emeritus professor in Arabic and Islamic studies, Montgomery Watt, explains in his book Muhammad in Mecca his readiness to undergo persecution for his beliefs, the high moral character of the men who believed in him and looked up to him as a leader, and the greatness of his ultimate achievement all argue his fundamental integrity. To suppose Muhammad an impostor raises more problems than it solves. Rather than desiring worldly increase during his lifetime or self-worship in the future, Muhammad had nothing to gain from staying firm on his message, something which he had to suffer greatly for. There is of course then another possible explanation. He was deluded or mad. He really believed or made himself believe that he was getting a message from God. Perhaps this would explain his total and sincere deviation to preaching his message, despite consistent and persistent opposition. The problem here is that the facts on the ground do not readily support this assumption either. So guys, thank you all for watching part 1 of this 3-part little series of me reading from the book The Last Messenger, Liar, Deluded or Truthful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and be sure to check out part 2 when it comes out on my channel. Be sure to like, subscribe and share. Peace.